Here's what we're going to go through today. We're going to talk about how to find your niche, how to create content consistently that people love, how to publish every week no matter what, and how to use storytelling to connect on a deeper level with your audience. And let's start with the most important factor here, which is mindset. Growing your audience isn't an overnight success, and anyone who tells you that, you should cancel them immediately. It's all about consistent effort week after week, and month after month, and year after year. For example, one of the most popular podcasts online right now is by Alex Hormozi, and it's called The Game. And this started as a podcast for gym owners. For the first 150 episodes, it was just Alex sharing tips on gym management. And not a lot of people care about that, right, at the time. And at first, his audience was really tiny, but he stayed consistent and he published every week. And now his audience is much bigger. He talks about management and M&A and marketing and business. And today, his podcast ranks among the top 10 in business and entrepreneurship. So remember, it's the long game. Now let's talk about your niche. Your niche, or the topic that you talk about, is the foundation really of building your audience. It's where your interest meets what the market wants. So let's imagine you love storytelling and your audience craves podcasting tips. That overlap is your sweet spot. And I like to think about Venn diagrams here. What do you love talking about and can see yourself consistently creating content for the next 5 years about? And then what's an existing audience for? And there's probably an audience for everything, but it's best to make sure that there's already some kind of podcast or YouTube channel or subreddit on your topic. So what's going on there? What are people talking about and are they interested in? And then what can turn this into a real business or brand? What are people spending money on? What real problems do they have around this topic? Next, we got to create some content. And I use something called the GAP framework to keep content engaging and effective and to grow an audience. And GAP stands for first, the G is growth content. And this covers trending topics or popular themes to attract new viewers into my space. For instance, on the Castos channel, we did a video about, did Elon Musk get Donald Trump elected? It doesn't have a lot to do with podcasting, but it was relevant, it was a current event, and actually did wonders for our channel. Next, the A in GAP is for authority content. I like to think about creating actionable tips and case studies and things that my audience can take forth and implement into their brand, their business, and their content, and showcases my expertise. I like to teach my audience something that they can use immediately. And so me recording this video shows that I know maybe a thing or two about how an audience is built, hopefully. And then the P in GAP is personal content. Personal stories and experiences are the best. They build trust and connection with your audience, which is key for turning viewers into super fans. And look, more and more with the increased adoption of AI, people are turning to personal connections as their preferred way of getting information. And this is only going to continue to be more and more prevalent in the future, which is great news for us as podcasters. So these three content types really work together to build new followers, build trust, and keep them engaged. But in the end, it is all about consistency, and that is what separates successful creators from the rest who kind of give up after a while. Think of your actions as goals. Did you post a video this week? Did you record an episode? Celebrate those wins because they really add up over time. And when the going is tough for me, I like to focus on just the inputs of my show as kind of the measuring stick of success. So instead of obsessing about downloads and views and subscribers, I like to think about, hey, did I ship a great piece of content this week? And if so, that's the only win that I need. Creators who succeed are the ones who stay consistent even when the results take time. Remember, your audience grows as you grow. And finally, we gotta talk about storytelling. And your story is your superpower. No one is like you, and really lean into that. The struggles that you've faced, the lessons you've learned are what resonate with your audience and makes them love you and makes them want to tune in to hear your perspective on a particular topic. Gosh, when I was starting out, I felt invisible, but I shared my journey and it connected with others who felt the same way, this kind of silent majority, right? Your authenticity is really what makes you stand out here. So growing an audience from 0 followers is really first choosing a niche, creating valuable content, staying consistent with that content creation process, and then be genuinely yourself and really lean into that. But look, I'm not gonna lie, This is really, really hard. There's a reason that podcasting and most kind of content and audience building is a winner take most game. There's only so much time that our audience can devote to consuming content. You've got to be the top 1 or 2 people in your space to be top of mind for your audience. But if you get there, the sky's the limit. So before you go, let me know in the comments, what is your biggest challenge in growing an audience if you're starting from zero? Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell for more tips from us on how to grow your audience and how to create great content. Your audience is out there waiting for you to show up. Start today, and I'll see you in the next video.